How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews. Back with a little bit of barrel-aged hopeful goodness in the form of Boulevard Brewing. It is their Grand Cru barrel-aged limited release 2018, baby. Yeah, I have never had this before. I don't know if they've made this before. All I know is I got one in the mail from Boulevard. Thank you very much, guys. And I am going to review it and talk about it. So here we go. On the front, we have Boulevard Brewing Company, Kansas City, Missouri. Grand Cru. It's a barrel aged limited release ale. On the back, it says 13.7% alcohol by volume. We have here brewed and bottled by Boulevard Brewing Company, composed of carefully selected lots of bourbon barrel aged quad and whiskey barrel aged imperial stout, both of which I dug. Grand Cru effortlessly words expresses the most distinct elements of each beer, creating a delicious whole that's even greater than the sum of its parts. And it says here batch number and it says best by date. So we have December 2nd of 2020. Man, what are they putting on there? 3-year best by date. I'm assuming this is bottled the 2nd of December. It had to be, right? Unless they're going just months, which would be weird. Label-wise, I dig it. You want to know why? Because it's Boulevard. They pretty much do the same exact thing over and over again. And if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. That's what I say. Or just fuck with it even if it isn't broke. I mean, I just fuck with so much shit anyway. So let's see what we got. All right, a little shorter fill than you do on one of these. And that cork wanted to come out. Very much so. I'm going to give this a little bit of an extra pour. That cork is going to fall. Damn it. Because I know this is going to have a head on it. You're talking about their quad. You're talking about their whiskey-infused stout. Those kind of generate a little bit of head. Plus, you know, Boulevards, when they do these bigger beers, they're usually dealing with more of kind of an active yeast profile. So you get the advanced pour. What did we end up with? A calculated pour of 2 fingers. That was creamy at first. It's kind of dissipating into rockiness, real edgy rockiness on the edge too. I can see like about that deep into the beer itself. Kind of malted malt ball colored head, and she's dark. Is she stout dark? No. Is she quad dark? No. She's more like Belgian dark kind of color, kind of where you expect a stout and a quad to be blended together to kind of look, unless they're from somebody like Russian Duck, and then it's just motor oil. Let's see if we can get a nose on her. I tell you what, she's leaning a little bit more stout to me in the nose. I'm getting rich, kind of sweeter roasted malts. Maybe I'm getting a bit more. Maybe I'm getting that sweetness, that Belgian candied sugar sweetness from the quad, and I'm getting the roasted malts from the stout. That could be the deal here. But I'm getting more stout vibes. I'm getting that rich, kind of chocolatey kind of stoutiness from it, as opposed to just the kind of bready, yeasty kind ofness. I'm getting bourbon, but it's definitely not hot at all. It's kind of a rich. It's not caramelized. It's more of kind of like reduced down into a nice kind of syrup kind of thing, like a bourbon kind of syrupness. She smells good, though. Nothing too impactful. She's not going to fucking slice your nose off with a huge kind of burst of flavor or aroma. But she's nice. Adulty decadent, let's put it that way. Yeah. Stout's leading the way in the nose. Let's see what the taste has to offer. Cheers. That's delicious. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. See, this is that flavor you get when you're cool, when you're comfortable, when you're all right with blending beers outside of their, what's the word I want to use here? Outside of their own kind. Let's put it that way. This is what you get. You get this from the brewery. You get this from Cane Brewing. You get this from Russian Duck. Why do you get this? Why do you get the flavor I'm talking about that I haven't explained yet? You get it because of Firestone Walker. You get it because of what they do when they do their blending. You get that. That's where I see it. That's where I know it from. I know Firestone Walker going in and taking their beers and blending them and doing an absolutely fantastic job of it. That's their anniversary series. That's what they do. They take their Shucabas and their Parabolas and all their good bits and pieces of their barrel aged series, and they go, okay, we're going to blend these together and we're going to make a absolutely fantastic fucking home run of a beer, which they do every freaking year. That's what I taste in here. Now, as most of you know, but if you don't know, Boulevard is owned by Duvel. Duvel owns Gang. Okay. I also own controlling interest in Firestone Walker. So you get where they're coming from here. I would bet my left testicle that the fine folks at Boulevard, not that they've never kind of rubbed shoulders with the fine folks at Firestone Walker before, but I'm sure they really leaned heavily on their expertise when it comes to blending beers together outside of their own kind, outside of their own ilk. You know what I mean? Taking a stout and blending it with a quad, things like that. And a lot of breweries do that. They kind of do, kind of different barrels together, different level, or do, let's take this stout and do and some barrel aged, some non-barrel aged. So to take, different batches, different versions of different styles of beer and blend them together. Like I said, that was kind of Firestone Walker's thing, and it comes through and through in this beer. Did they just kind of figure it out on their own? Maybe. It definitely has a Boulevard kind of vibe to it, in that you're getting a nice kind of more fluffy, more creamy, more Belgian leaning kind of carbonation off of it. So there is a Boulevard spirit to it. Not as far as booze spirit, I mean like soul spirit. But it has that beautiful blending. It just, Firestone Walker is just cash money. I mean, don't fuck around when they do that stuff. So I could see that influence of being a partner with that brewery through 6 degrees of separation. I could see it coming through, and it comes through absolutely fucking beautiful. The carbonation is a theme throughout the whole sip. It's fluffy, it's creamy, it's sprightly, it's almost like foamy at times. A lot of times that ends up kind of curbing a bit of flavor. Not the case here. So you take that sip with the carbonation being that kind of creamy, kind of almost, I would say, over-carbonated, but I'm not going to call it that because I enjoy it here. You're getting the best parts of the stout. You're getting that chocolatiness. You're getting that creaminess. That richness. That's been accentuated by that bourbon barrel. It's nice, soft, slightly smoky charriness. That's not overly astringent, not overly charry, not overly bittering. All very nice. You're getting that bourbon barrel aged quad. You're getting a nice quad, nice fluffiness, nice pure soul of a Belgian candy sugar. Boulevard gets quite right when they do their kind of quads, combined with that nice kind of slightly bready, plummy, figgy thing going on in that nice bourbon. Again, not too charry, not too strong, nice kind of heat to it. There's spirit in there, but it's not over the top, but it's not too small to let you know that it's not there. And they're both kind of married together pretty fucking perfectly, to be perfectly honest with you. It's a fun beer. I like that beer a lot. Good job, Boulevard. And this is not a Boulevard homer job. Go look at my own Boulevard reviews. They've sent me, actually, like enough today, they have sent me a decent amount of beers over the past year or so. I like the whiskey infused stout they sent me. That was awesome. I loved the collaboration with Creature Comforts and I guess the other brewery now. Oh, Arizona Wilderness. The lager was fantastic. Even their little jam kind of beer, it was like a raspberry jam beer, was quite nice. But they've had some misses, man. Their Flora Obscura, which was their hoppy porter, was pretty not good. So, you know me. I hang my hat on, stone cold ethics and morals. I'm not gonna say a beer is good if somebody sends me something, whether it be an individual or brewery. And I just think this is my kind of beer. Let's put it that way. Is it as good? Oh, let's cut to the chase. I've been gushing all over it. Let's get to the end portion of the show. Is it one of the better blended barrel-aged beers that I've had as of late? It's in the conversation for sure. Actually, the breweries that I mentioned are better. The Anniversary Series by Firestone Walker, I didn't review this year, but I have had it. The Part Series from Rushing Duck, I think it's a better beer than this. I do. But those are world-class, stellar, amazing beers. This is worthy of being in that conversation. It's tasty. It's good. And combine it with the next part, which is value and availability. It's going to get to you via Boulevard's outlet. And it's also going to get to you at the Boulevard price point. I don't know what it's going to cost. They send me a sheet when they send these things off. I don't read it because I don't want any influence. But you're probably going to see it in their footprint, and it's probably going to be priced pretty damn well. And leave you with, if you like what we like this. If you like the beers I mentioned, if you like Firestone Walker's Anniversary Series, Russian Dr. Part Series, those kind of beers, has that kind of vibe to it, but it's its own thing. It's still Boulevard through and through. So if you like those kind of beers, but you also really get down with Boulevard's barrel-aged series, or more importantly, their old-school barrel-aged series, their rye and rye, their quads, their more Belgian-leaning stuff, because that's what you're getting here. You're getting a nice barrel-aged blended beer with a bit more kind of aggressive carbonation that works. It works, it's tasty, it's delicious. If you like good barrel-aged beers, if you don't like this, you're weird. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Type in Massive Beers into Google if you want to check me out in other parts of the internet doing all kinds of pictures and stuff and things. If you want to check me out doing podcast stuff, though, you got to type in Beer Massive, M-A-S-S-I-F, into Google or in your favorite podcasting app. See me doing all kinds of podcasting stuff, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice, beautiful Boulevard beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.